5 o'clock on a Wednesday, and it's time for
Craig and Ryland's Magic Review Show.
Well done. I'm Craig.
I'm Ryland.
Welcome back to another review show. We have 4 products that we're going to be looking at this week. 3 good, 1 absolutely terrible. He's saying 5 because we are at the end of this going to be talking about gossip. I am not going to be reviewing gossip. I cannot review my own product, but a lot of people have asked me to talk about it, so I'm going to talk about it. And Ryland, you're going to actually perform gossip, aren't you?
Yeah.
So super excited. This is going to be amazing. What do you mean it's hard? Shut up, it's easy. We'll talk about exactly what you think about gossip, but we're going to start off with a new product. It's a coin product. You guys know that I love coin magic. I'm going to perform it for you. So let's start off with the first review. So the first item we're going to be looking at is the P.O. Box by Nick Diffatte. I've seen a lot of stuff by... I'll go to be honest with you. Up until recently, I've never even heard of Nick. And now this is probably the second or third thing I've seen of his. I'm very, very impressed by some of his thinking. This is great. What the P.O. Box is he's taken the Germain box and he's made it a little bit more organic, He's made it a lot more organic by making one so that it looks like a bottle cap to a drink. And it really does. It looks just like the bottle cap to a drink. So you can have this in your pocket and you are good to go anytime, anywhere. You can either just pull it out your pocket and you say, hey, I've got a bottle cap here. I took it off the bottle cap, off a bottle earlier. Or if you want to, you could borrow a bottle if you're at a place like a garden party and there's lots of people with bottles around. You could take one, as long as it's white, you could take one of the bottle caps off and just switch it and say, hey, let's try something here. And you can make it look really impromptu. This is only a 15-minute download. That's all it needs to be. Nick starts off by talking about the box. He talks about the history behind the box. He talks about there's a couple of different routines in Bobos with it. And then he goes into a lot more to do with the box. So he talks about how you can do so much with it. And he goes through a few different routines. So he goes through a couple of different moves with it, a couple of different turnovers. He finishes.
I really like it.
I really love this as well. He finishes off with a coins through table with a glass, which I've never seen before and absolutely love. And the whole idea is that you put 4 coins in the box, you put the glass over the box, and you just swirl the glass and the coins just disappear and your other hand's under the table and they go through the table. It looks amazing. I've come up with my own little routine to do with this because I've worked with this box before, the original version of the box, not this version, and I kind of applied that to this. So let me perform a routine with this box so you can see the sort of thing that it does, and then we'll kind of wrap everything up and tell you what we think of it. So let's have a look at that performance right now. Okay, so I have 2 things here. I have a pop bottle top, yeah? And inside here, I have some coins. I have some 10 pences. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Now, I want to show you something absolutely incredible. Are you ready to see something absolutely incredible?
Yeah.
I'm going to put the 4 coins there inside the pop bottle. The top, they fit perfectly. And I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to make the coins jump over there. Okay, you ready? Yeah. I'm going to make the coins jump over here. Now, would you like me to make them jump visibly so you see them go, or invisibly?
I want to see them go.
You want to see them go? You ready for this? Watch. You're going to see them go. What do you reckon? Is that impressive?
No, as in like I wanted to float into the air.
Well, I'm not that good. Who do you think I am? Dynamo? That's not going to happen. But I tell you what, I could do it invisibly. Would you like that?
Yeah.
Watch the coins. If I do this, they jump over. That's pretty good, right? Now, let's see. You know, there's a rule in magic, never repeat a trick. I'm going to do it again. Hold your hand out for me and hold your other hand out. We're going to try and do this again. I'm going to put the bottle cap here in between your hands, okay? Yeah. Don't move a muscle. For the magic to happen, you can't move. Watch, I'm going to try and do this again. If I just squeeze like this, I can make the coins disappear. Slowly, 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 lift up that hand. Lift it all the way up and look at that. Inside there, the coins are back. Is that pretty good?
Yeah.
Now, I've done 2 things here for you. I've made the coins jump from one place to another. I put them inside this and I made them jump from one place to another, didn't I? Which was pretty impressive, right? And the other thing that I did is I made them then disappear and appear in your hand. But every single trick needs a big finish. Would you like to see a big finish?
Yeah.
I'm not even going to use the purse. I'm going to pop the purse away in my pocket. The only thing that we're going to do is use the coins. When you're ready, just say go.
Go.
And that's the big finish, because that's when every single one of those coins disappears from the little bottle top. But do you know what's really weird?
What?
Everything was in your imagination. There wasn't even a bottle top to begin with. And that's the trick.
Yeah. I love that. That was really great.
Wasn't it awesome? And you know what? It's really easy to do as well. What a Jermaine box is basically is it's a Nikito box without the lid. Sorry, a Boston box without the lid. So you've got that really nice display that allows you to show 4 coins in the box. And then in the action of, in a misdirective action, it allows you to turn the box over so that you can put the box there. It still looks like all the coins are in the box, but you've actually stolen them away, which allows you to go in so many different directions. You can do like a coins across type sequence. You can do a coins through table. If you know like the old cap and, like nest of quarters with like a little sort of leather cone, and you put it on the back of the hand and the coins go through. You can do that sort of thing with this box as well. There's a lot of different options that you can do. There's a lot of different routines with the Jermaine box in print, and all of those will work with this box, but it just makes it look more organic. I'm a huge fan of taking props and bringing them up to date and making them more organic, which was my reasoning behind Keymaster. It was actually my reasoning behind Gossip as well. I wanted to be able to have something that I could do in my wallet, that I could have in my wallet, that I could do anytime, anywhere. This is the same sort of thing. You can put this in your pocket and you can borrow the coins. I know I took the coins out of the purse, and the reason I did that is it gave me a reason to put the purse away at the end and therefore to ditch the coins. So that's why I had a purse in play, but you could literally borrow the coins for this as long as they're quarters or 10 pences or whatever it is that you're choosing. I'm sorry, you talk. Go on, you talk about this. Tell me what you think.
I think it's really good.
Did I do that thing I do sometimes where I just don't shut up and I just don't let you say anything? Yeah. You got any questions about this? Because obviously I've learned it and you haven't. Have you got any questions about it?
Is it good for close-up?
Well, it's a close-up trick. I mean, it's not the sort of thing that you do stage, but that's actually a really good question.
Is it good for parlour?
Yeah, actually, you could get away with it in a parlour environment as well. But you know what's really cool about this?
What?
You don't need a table. No table required. I know I did some of the routines on the table. You could literally just have the coins there, get them to put the coins one at a time, take the thing off, put it on the back of your hand, move it over to here, boom, do the move. Every move that I did in that routine I just showed you, you don't actually need a table. So yeah, no table required, which means it's great for mix and mingle.
Walk around.
Yeah, walk around. The only problem is at the end, the box can't be examined. Now, there's 2 ways around that. The first way is switch it for a normal bottle cap. So find a bottle cap that's the same and switch it for a bottle cap. The other way that you can deal with it is the way that I dealt with it in the routine, which is make it disappear at the end. Because if you make it disappear at the end, there's nothing for them to examine. That's why I went into that vanishing sequence at the end where I made the coins disappear.
So I couldn't examine it.
So you couldn't examine it because there was nothing to examine. But I know you said to me earlier on, you want to learn that routine that I showed you, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm getting a second box for you so you can have one and you can carry it around. It's the sort of thing that you could take in the... like sometimes you're not allowed to take magic into school. So you sneak Rubik's Cubes in sometimes and things like that. You could get away with taking this. You could get away with taking this and some coins and stick it in your pocket. And if your teacher goes, "Is that magic that you've got there, Mr. Ryland Petty?" You could go, "No, miss, this is just a bottle cap that I found on the floor. It's just in my pocket, miss." And then
Why else he tells me to put it in the bin?
Then you use sleight of hand and you go, "Yes, miss," and you just do a false transfer and you pretend to put it in the bin, and then you've got one over on your teacher and she doesn't even know. Boom. There we go. I'm going to give this 95%. I absolutely love this. I'm going to carry this around with me, and it's inspired me to try and come up with some other routines with this box.
I'm going to give this 100.
100%. Nick Diffatte, if you're watching this, please get in touch with me because I'm a huge fan and I would love to interview you for the channel. I love your stuff. So there you go. 95% from me, 100% from him. Let's move on with the next review. So the next review we're going to be looking at is Flash Cube, which is basically it's the production of a Rubik's Cube from a chocolate bar, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like the
Can I
second,
perform this one?
absolutely, the second that this came in, anything that comes in for review with a Rubik's Cube, Ryland's like, I think I will have that, thank you very much.
Chocolate.
And I was like, yeah, it's got your two favourite things in this, chocolate and Rubik's Cubes. If it had Zelda in it, you'd be quids in. I didn't think you'd be able to do this. Do you remember? I said to you, because I watched it before you while you were at school, and I said, there's no way Ryland's going to be able to do this because the move requires you to have big hands, and when you tried to do it the way that it says do it on the download, it didn't work. But you were so desperate to want to do it on camera that you kind of came up with your own way of doing it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Which works just as well. So fair play to you. So yeah, it's a production of a Rubik's Cube from the Bar of Chocolate. Why don't you perform it, and then we'll talk about what we think. Okay?
Yeah.
So here you go. Here's the performance. Go.
Daddy,
Yeah.
do you like chocolate?
I love chocolate.
Well, I've got a chocolate bar here.
Okay.
Okay, and do you know what's inside?
What?
A golden ticket.
You won a Rubik's Cube.
Yeah.
Oh, that's exciting.
But the first time I saw it, I was like, where's the Rubik's Cube exactly? And then what? And then I realised all I had to do was shake like that, and it turned into a Rubik's Cube. That's all I had to do.
Now, I absolutely love that, right? I thought that was so super visual. I'm going to ask you some questions about it because obviously you're the one that's learned it and you're the one that's performed it. So,
And you don't know anything about how it works.
first of all, is this good for close-up?
Not really.
It's not, is it? Because,
How do you know?
hang on, you know I watched it with you, Muppet. I was the one that
Then
tried
you
to...
shouldn't be asking questions. Then.
Because I'm trying to, shut up. Right. It's not good for close-up, is it? Because if you were looking at that cube, like close-up, like mix and mingle, table-hopping style, you'd realise how it works, because it's not a real Rubik's Cube. You might not realise how it works, but you would actually realise that it's not a real Rubik's Cube. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
So it's not the sort of thing that you can do close-up or mix and mingle. But for parlour or stage, what do you think of it for parlour or stage?
Stage is really good.
Yeah, I think you'd be fine with parlour as well. If they're a little bit further away, I think you'd be okay. You said to me that you thought that this would go really well in one particular place. Where did you say it go really well?
Stage.
No?
No.
Kid shows. Do you
Oh,
remember?
yeah.
What did you say?
I said you could have a beginning as who likes chocolates and who likes Rubik's Cubes. Like, who likes chocolate? Who likes Rubik's Cubes?
And then go into the routine.
Yeah.
And I think that this, for a kid show, is great. Because the other thing with a kid show, you've typically got a table on stage that you're working off.
And do you know what you'll be able to do? I didn't think of this.
What?
You can give, like, if you had like a box of chocolate bars, you can give each kid a chocolate bar afterwards.
Too expensive. But what I think you could do, and tell me what you think of this. You've got your case to the side, and you've got a real Rubik's Cube in there, right? You do the chocolate thing. Who likes chocolate? Boom, 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 boom. You go into your whole presentation of, I said that I was going to win a free Rubik's Cube, which I absolutely love, that ticket thing. And then boom, you make your Rubik's Cube appear, and you go, who'd like to do a trick with the Rubik's Cube? I'm also going to need a bag. And you go over to your table, you just drop the gimmick, and you pick up the real Rubik's Cube, as you can go and get a bag.
Won't they see the gimmick?
No, because it looks like a real Rubik's Cube, right? When you make that Rubik's Cube appear...
won't they see it drop on the floor?
No, you've got a case to the side of you.
Oh.
You've got a case that you're working out of. Like you and me have a case when we're on stage. You have a case, and the top of the case is up so that people can't see what's going on in the case. So you make the cube appear from the bar of chocolate, and then you say, let me go and get a bag. And then you go to the case, and as you go to get this bag, you leave the gimmick cube and you get a real cube, yeah? And then you go into cube to bottle. Henry Harris's cube to bottle, and then you finish off by giving the cube to bottle.
Or Clear Cube.
No, because then you finish by giving the cube and bottle away to the birthday kid. How's that for awesome? So you've got your chocolate bar, you turn it into a Rubik's Cube, you switch the cube as you go and get the bag, and then boom, you're straight into cube to chocolate, and you finish off. And then you put in your
chocolate.
Sorry, you finish off with cube to. You know what I'm trying to say.
Into chocolate and then eat it.
But then, can you imagine putting that on your website? Every single person who books me for a birthday party gets a special cube in a bottle. Everybody would want to book you. So, but you can also use that same sort of premise for a stage show, or if you're doing sort of well, I know it's very popular at the moment to do a wedding and do like a 15-minute stand-up spot at the end of a wedding, I think this would work really, really well. So right time, right place, this is good. But if you're a close-up worker, this is not going to work for you. If you're a mix and mingle, it's not going to work for you. Restaurants, not going to work for you. But if you're working on stage or you're a kids magician, I think this is great. Would you agree with that? Also, perfect for social media. In fact, we've already filmed this. In fact, by the time you watch this, it'll have already gone up. You filmed this for the Magic TV Instagram channel, haven't you?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, this is just so visual for social media. I absolutely love this. So, yeah, it's really good. I'm going to give it 85%. I know where I'm going to use this. This is definitely going into my act. It's definitely going into his act. He's also going to do it for his YouTube channel. 85% from me. It's only a 6 or 7 minute download, but it's well made. It is what it is. If you like the idea of doing this and you are aware that you can't do this too close to the audience, then you're not going to go wrong. What do you give it?
I'm going to give it 92%.
92% from him, 85% from me. Recommended. Now let's move on to the next product. Okay, so the next review is Winner Winner Chicken Dinner, and it is by Liam Montier, Liam is a very intelligent, very clever creator of magic. He did the birthday deck that we looked at a little while ago. Liam's great, known him for a very, very long time. This is called Winner Winner Chicken Dinner, and it's, if you are the sort of person that does bar bets, or bar scams or anything like this, this is a great opener to go into that. Would you agree? Really good opener. Basically, the whole concept of this is that you're going to play a game with a member of the audience. You're going to win some money. They're going to win some money. They make all the decisions. And even though they win, you've ultimately won, which sets the premise really nicely if you're going to go into anything else that involves gambling demos. Now, I do actually have a full gambling themed app that I do, and I put 3-disc Monty in there. I've got Fast and Loose, Catch Me If You Can. What else have I got in there? The 3-shell game, whole bunch of different stuff. So this for me is great. I love this. I absolutely love this. You loved it as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
Very, very easy, fits in your pocket. No table. Well, yeah, you do need a table actually, don't you? So you do need a table for this, but it doesn't have to be a special surface or anything like that.
You don't need a table.
Wouldn't you?
No, you can do it into the spectator's hands.
Could you?
Yeah.
I suppose so. You could actually say, right, which one do you want, and they could hold on to it.
And you could put the leftovers in your pocket.
Yeah, you are right. You are completely correct, my man. No table required. Let's actually, they don't even know what we're talking about. Why don't you perform it on me? We'll do a performance and then we'll wrap this whole review up. Sound good?
Yeah.
Right, let's have a look at it right now.
Daddy, you and me are going to play a game.
Okay, yeah.
Now, do you see these green cards?
Yeah.
They all say winner, but in this game, you're going to win something.
I'm going to win.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're going to win something.
Okay, I'm happy. I'm happy about that. I'm
Okay,
excited.
look. You can win one, and you're gonna get 3 goes.
Okay.
You get £20 or 1 pence.
Okay.
And that alternating, okay?
In pairs.
Yeah, in pairs.
Got it, yeah. Okay, all the way through.
All the way through. The very end.
Okay, I'm happy about that. Okay, right.
Okay, you happy?
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy.
Now, I've got 3 £20, which is £60. That's notes. And I've got 3 pence.
Okay.
Made out of 1 pence.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now, I'm just going to cut the cards twice. Once and twice.
Okay, that's fine.
Now, this is the first round, and you're going to choose
Just
the
bring
first
them
one.
back a bit. Okay.
Pick one for you.
And I can have either one?
Yeah.
I'm going for that one.
Okay, that goes over there.
Is this for me as well?
Yeah, that's for me.
This is for you?
Yeah, you've got to pick one for me.
So you get whatever's on this?
Yeah.
That one?
This one's for you. It's going to take...
That one. I want that one.
We're taking it in turns. Me.
That one for you. That one for me.
That one for you.
Yep.
And that one... No, that goes over there. And then one for me.
This one got for you.
Yeah.
That one.
Okay. Now, we've got some leftovers. We've got a bunch of different leftovers.
Yeah?
Okay?
Yeah?
Okay, I'm just going to put them there. Now, let's have a look at what you got.
Okay, I'm excited. I think I'm going to have one big.
You got a pence. Okay. That's 1 pence. You got another pence. And another pence.
What?
And there you go.
I get 3 pence.
Yeah. And I think I get £60.
You cheated again. I don't know how you cheated, but you definitely cheated.
I'm going to keep the £20.
So that was that was winner chicken dinner. And that's how it plays every single time, isn't it? And what's nice about this is it is so clean.
Now that is what I'm talking about. You could deal theirs into their hand, and in the other hand, you could deal yours, and remember which one's which, and then put the leftovers in a different pocket, and then have the money in the other pocket.
Yeah, you could absolutely do that. And we haven't got 60 quid sitting around the house at the moment, but ultimately the nice thing to do in the way
we
that
have got £20, but we're not.
We couldn't be bothered to go to the cash point, could we?
No.
So but my thought process behind this, and what Liam does is he has a wallet on the table and he says, "Hey, I've got the prize money in there," and then at the end he just tips out the 3 pennies, and when he looks at his cards, he takes out the 3 £20 notes and puts it in his pocket. It's really nice. I really, really like it. I think it's a great opener if you're going to go into this sort of routine. Would you agree?
Yeah.
If you don't do anything like this, if you don't do 3-disc Monty or Colour Monty or whatever, if you don't do any gambling demos, if that's not part of your character, then I don't think this would work for you. For me, this is worth its weight in gold. It's completely self-working. It's very fooling. How long did it take you to learn how to do this?
About, I don't know,
About 10 minutes?
5 minutes.
About 5 or 10 minutes. I mean, it didn't take hardly any time at all. It's an incredibly easy trick to do. You'll watch the download and you will immediately be able to do this. But it's the sort of thing, it doesn't take up much space in your wallet. It's literally that many cards. You just put them in your pocket, you're good to go. Like I say, it takes 5 seconds to reset them in between tables. And it is very, very engaging for the right time, right place, for the right crowd. You know, when you go to that wedding and there's all the guys there and you're like, okay, show me something. You know, to the right crowd, this is going to be absolutely brilliant. So yeah, I love this. I'm going to give this 90%. It's absolutely going into my gambling act. And I'm also going to carry it around with me for that challenging table. I think it's going to be great. 90% from me. What are you going to give it?
I'm going to give it 100.
100%. Cool. So that's 100% from you. It is 90% for... Did I say 90%? Yeah, I did. Yeah. 90% from me, 100% from him. Now we're going to look at...
Is it 99 or 90?
90. Let's now look at the final review before we have a little bit of a chat about gossip. So let's have a look at that final review right now. Okay, so the final review that we're going to look at before gossip is, and I'll tell you right now, absolutely, completely and totally and utterly...
Poo-poo.
It is poo-poo. What he said, it's absolutely poo-poo. It's pants. It's the pantsiest thing you've ever seen. It's basically a special Sharpie cap that allows you to apparently enhance the classic coin and pen cap. I'm going to do a performance. Now, this performance that I'm going to do for you is not the way that it is done on the download. I call it a download. We'll get to that in a minute. It's not really a download. But it's not the way that they explain how to do it. The way that they explain how to do it is pretty much unworkable. So I had to come up with my own way of doing it in order to present it for you. And this is the handling I've kind of come up with. I've also added a phase at the beginning where I do the normal coin and pen cap. I think that's important. I think if you're going to do a routine like this, I think you need to establish what the actual effect is before you go into doing it with the gimmick. So I've kind of put this little 2-phase routine together, this handling together to allow people to be able to do that. So let me perform it for you. And then when I've performed it, I'll talk about why you shouldn't buy it. Ryland, I'm going to show you a trick with a $50, okay?
Yeah.
And also a pen. I've got a pen, $50 and a pen. I want you to watch. I'm going to show you a trick, then I'm going to teach you how it works, yeah?
Yeah.
The trick is with the pen and the coin. Watch. If I just take the pen and tap the pen against the coin like this, 1, 2, 3, the coin disappears, right? completely disappears.
Yeah.
I'll tell you where it is. It's in the cap of the pen. You can't see it until I shake it out, and then it comes out. It actually was in the cap of the pen. Now, when I tell people that the coin disappears and goes into the cap of the pen, they generally don't believe me. They think I cheat. So I'm going to prove it to you. I'm going to let you see the actual moment it goes in the pen cap, okay? And the only way to do that is to allow you temporarily to see what magic looks like. You see, if I do this, 1, 2, 3, what happens is it's in the cap of the pen. Now, you can't see that it's in the cap of the pen, can you?
No.
But it is. Hold on to the pen because I don't want to get ink on the on the table. Can you see the coin inside there? You can't, can you? But if I just suspend the magic for a minute, I should be able to make it look like you can actually see the coin right there in the pen cap. Can you see the coin right there in the pen cap?
Yeah.
And then obviously the only way to get it out is to shake it out. And when you do, that leaves the pen cap nice and normal again. You can put it back on the pen and you can examine everything. So that's capped. What you have here is this. So this is the gimmick that you get. It's basically a pen cap with what looks like a $50 inside of it. That's basically what you get. Now, the routine that they explain for you to do is to basically borrow a coin and have it signed. And in the action of having it signed, ultimately what's going to happen is this cap here is going to end up on the actual pen. Now, therein lies the first problem, because this does not stay on there. It does not stay. You push it really hard and it just doesn't stay. It doesn't stay. Now, this is a problem. Let me explain. Oh, hang on. Look, I've got it to stay. No, I haven't. Let me explain why this is a problem. This is a problem because the move that they suggest doing in their handling is once you've done the vanish, you do this, 1, 2, 3, and that's always what happens. It flies off as you do the turnover move. You see where it's gone? Yeah, well, don't worry about it. It can stay there as far as I'm concerned. That's what happens. What happens is as you turn it around, it's going to fly off. Whoever has created this hasn't actually thought this through. They've kind of had the idea for this visual and they've put a couple of routines together, but they haven't actually thought this through. It just doesn't work. It's not reliable. Now, the download is like 6 or 7 minutes long. And the production value on this is terrible. It's like they took the original iPhone from 15 years ago and they decided to shoot it on the original iPhone for the most ridiculous angle ever. And then there's a guy doing a voiceover that sounds like he's slightly older than Ryland. And goes through the routine, but you don't see a live performance. You don't see any sort of performance. You just see this camera over the shoulder. Goes through about 7 or 8 different ways of doing this. Doesn't credit anything, so doesn't credit the original pen and pen cap. Doesn't credit any of the moves. At one point teaches, well I say teaches, doesn't teach. Teaching is something that doesn't happen on this download.
I'm going to give this -1 billion trillion %.
Please do. He doesn't teach.
What do I do?
But well, I'll explain in a minute. He does Williamson's striking vanish, because the whole idea of this is as you do that, you do Williamson's vanish, which is a lot to do when you think about it. You're doing the striking vanish as you're flipping the pen round. Even if this thing stuck to the pen, which it doesn't, that would still be a very tricky thing to do. But doesn't credit Williamson, and it's also not taught. Honestly, the person who you'd be better off learning the striking vanish from Bobbity Bob 370 on YouTube, who's got 1 subscriber that he got 14 years ago, and he's got a video on there teaching you how to do the striking vanish. You'd be better off learning it from Bobbity Bob, because at least Bobbity Bob has more than 20 seconds instructions on how to do the striking vanish, and would have probably credited David Williamson in the first place. It's just dreadful. It really is. But taking aside all of that, you just saw me rework it. So I took the gimmick and I reworked it into a routine where it kind of, at least in my opinion, flowed, because you had the first phase where the coin vanished into the pen. You did that. And then you had the second phase, and I had the idea of having the pen in the pocket so I can bring it out, which allows a cleaner handling, to be perfectly honest. And by taking the lid off and doing the thing there, it makes it a little bit easier and a little bit more reliable. Even with that in mind, I would never do this, because this is just, it's not that impressive. Honestly, if you did the coin and pen cap and threw the coin and pen cap out. And there's a million ways of doing that beautifully. I put on a shorts video a little while ago of me doing it from Goshman Pinch, which looks absolutely amazing. If you do that, it's just as impressive as this thing, but you don't have to carry a gimmick pen around with you, a pen lid around. Having that moment where the coin is apparently in the pen cap takes a beautiful moment of magic and just makes it gimmicked, in my opinion. It's adding something to a routine that doesn't need adding to. Now, while I was explaining how what happens with this, that pen cap flew over there somewhere. Don't get it. I want to just leave it there forever. And in 15 years' time, when we sell this house and move to another house, we can go, right, okay, we're taking all the stuff. What's that? Oh, that's that absolutely rubbish, complete and total pants trick that you reviewed when you were 8 years old. Oh, what shall we do with it? I know. Let's put it in the bin, because that's where it belongs. It's a terrible trick. You gave it minus 1 billion?
Minus 100 billion.
Minus 100 billion. I don't think that's enough. I'm going to give it minus 1 billion trillion.
Minus 1 billion trillion million.
Minus 1 quintillion.
Minus 1 quintillion quintillion.
Minus infinity.
Minus infinity infinity.
Shut up, it's really bad. Right, let's move on with the final section. Okay, so the final thing that we're going to be looking at today is gossip. I am not going to review gossip. He can review gossip. I'm not going to review gossip.
Am I supposed to talk about it on my own?
Look, I'm not going to ask you to talk about it on your own. Okay, I'm not going to ask you to talk about it on your own. But I don't think I can review my own product. But what I can do is I can get you to perform the trick for me, if that's okay with you, because I know I've taught it you and you've learned it. I'm going to get you to perform it. And as well as you performing it, I'm just going to quickly answer anyone's questions about it, because I've had a few questions about it. So in a couple of minutes, I'm going to answer all those questions, and then I'm going to throw it over to you to do a performance. Would that be okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so Gossip has just been released through Alakazam Magic, which means we all know what you're going to give it. It's been released through Alakazam Magic. It is, the whole idea of it is, it's a way of doing the baby gag. Originally, it was to do the baby gag close-up in a close-up environment, right? I've done the baby gag on stage many, many times. I've done various different versions of the baby gag, and I wanted to do it close-up, and I couldn't find a version of doing it close-up that I was happy with. And about 10 or 12 years ago, I came up with the concept behind Gossip, and I've been doing it ever since. And I've performed this in literally every single situation. I've done it on stage, done it parlour, done it close-up, done it mix and mingle, done it restaurants. But where I love doing it is impromptu. It's in my wallet and it stays there. And anytime I want to actually go into this routine, I can, because it just sits in my wallet and it's ready to go. The baby gag routine that I originally did with it is just the icing on the cake. On the download, there's a whole bunch of different routines with it. But the whole idea is that you can take this sheet of paper out, and it's very motivated, because my presentation behind it is, hey, my wife's obsessed with celebrities. I got this out of her magazine the other day. And let me try something with you. And then they think of a celebrity. It feels very, very fair. And without knowing who the celebrity is, apparently, you can go into your pocket, pull out the baby gag and say, hey, it's a picture of your celebrity. It's a 6-month-old baby. And they don't even have to tell you the name of the celebrity they're thinking of. You turn it around and on there is a picture of the celebrity. Instant reset, all that good stuff. Absolutely brilliant. If you want to do it on stage, what I do on stage is I have the prediction in the envelope, and I talk about this on the download. I have a prediction in the envelope that's there on stage the whole time. And I actually have 5 magazines on the table, and I have somebody come up on stage. I get them to pick one of the magazines, and then I riffle through the magazine. I ask them to say stop. Wherever they say stop, I rip that page out and I go into Gossip that way. And that works really well, because it allows me to say, think about this for a minute. You had 5 magazines. You picked any one of those magazines. You then said stop anywhere you wanted to. We stopped on a page. That page just happened to have a list of 100 different celebrities on there. You've now picked one celebrity off the list. If you'd stopped at a different magazine, it might not have even had those lists in there. If you'd stopped at a different page, it might have been something completely different. There's no way anyone could know what celebrity that you're thinking of. So it becomes really cool and really fair. Peter Nardi from Alakazam has got some great ideas on there. He's got an absolutely wonderful way of doing this virtually, in a virtual environment, that is brilliant. He's also got a way of doing it with a business card, where you don't need anything on you but the sheet of paper and a business card. And he's got this really nice presentation of, I'm a psychic artist and I can draw the celebrity you're thinking of, concentrate on the celebrity, does a drawing, turns it round, And it's a stick man, and then when he moves his hand, he's got the name of the celebrity underneath when they're, which is amazing. I've done that a few times since he's shared that with me. There's also routines that combine it with Wayne Dobson's celebrity deck to have a deck of cards in conjunction with it. There's a lot of different ways you can go with it. I will say one more thing about this, which is you can go from table to table. If you're working a venue with lots of different tables, you can go from table to table and do it a different way on each table. So on one table, you could do it as the baby gag. On the next table, you could do it as a straight up mind reading thing. On the next table, you could do this coincidence routine that I do, which is great. Where somebody thinks of a celebrity, somebody else thinks of a celebrity, they name them at the same time and it matches. Next one, Jamie Dawes has got some fantastic handlings with it, including a one ahead principle, which is brilliant. You can use it for the one ahead principle and do like a mental epic style routine with a post-it notepad and gossip, which is cool. You could do it like 10 different times. Anybody here who does 21st Century Phantom, you combine this with 21st Century Phantom, and you can do 21st Century's Phantom with apparently a freely thought of celebrity. So there you go. I had a whole bunch of questions about gossip. I didn't want to review it on the channel. You've seen me perform it many, many times. This was created before you were even born. How many times have you seen me perform this on stage?
100.
Probably not 100, but you've seen me do it a lot, haven't you? Like, you've seen me do it an awful lot. Yeah. Do you want to give it a performance?
Yeah.
Are you gonna be able to do it? Because he's just recently learnt it, haven't you? You were like, oh my gosh, I need to learn gossip because it's an Alakazam trick, not because it's your trick, Daddy. It's because it's an Alakazam trick. So, you're gonna perform it. We'll get a performance of Ryland instead of me. You can perform it, and then we'll wrap everything up. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do that performance right now.
Right, guys. My mum loves reading about magazines, and I've been very naughty, and what I've done is I've ripped a piece of paper out of her magazine.
She doesn't look very happy.
Now, it's got lists. It's got 10 lists
Okay.
with 10 celebrities on.
Okay.
And it's got female and male.
Okay.
Okay? Now, there's 10 on each list. So do you know how much that is?
10 lists, 10 in each list. Would that be 100?
Yes, 100 celebrities.
Thank you.
Okay? Now, you and Mummy are going to think of a celebrity.
Okay.
Well, by think, you're going to figure out what it is.
Okay.
I want you to think of a number between 1 and 10, and that includes 1 and 10.
Okay, I've got it. Yeah, I've got a number. Yeah.
Don't tell me. And is it an odd or an even number?
It's an odd number.
It's an odd number. Okay, Mummy, can you think of an even number?
Okay.
Okay? Now, what I want you to do with your number is figure out what your celebrity is.
Okay. So what do you want me to do with mine?
You're
Look
gonna,
up the celebrity.
No, with yours, you're gonna find a list.
Okay.
Any list, and with Mummy's, you're gonna go down. So if it's like 4, it'll be 4 and 3.
Got it. Yeah, got it. Okay. You're looking away. Don't look. Okay, I've got my list. It's right there. So that list.
Right, okay.
Have you got a celebrity?
Yep.
Right. Okay, we're good. She's got one.
Okay?
I don't know, but she does.
Mummy, I'm gonna try and read your mind.
Okay.
Your celebrity is a male,
Yes.
right? Now, is it a short first name?
Yes.
Okay, it's 3 or 4 letters, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, it's 3, isn't it?
Yes, it's 3 letters.
I think I've got it.
Okay.
Now, I think I've got it as a 6-month-old baby.
Well, that could be anybody.
Okay, this is more of a catch-up.
Yes, that's my celebrity.
Boom.
Cruise. I got it.
So that was an amazing performance, right? I absolutely love that performance. You made me proud, little dude. You can finish the review. I can't review this, so you can review it and you can tell people what you think of it. And don't be biased. If you think it's rubbishy pants, it doesn't matter that I'm your dad. I can take it. Tell me it's rubbish. You give a review to the camera to finish off.
You can do it
To them, not me.
You can do it anytime, anywhere. It just sits in your wallet. It's a bit hard to do, but it's easy too. I really like it. I've got nothing else.
You got nothing else there. You don't even know what half the celebrities look like, do you?
No, I don't know what Tom Cruise looks like, but I don't care. It's my audience knows, and it's impressive for them.
Fair enough. So what are you going to give it?
120.
120%. Boom, I got 120% from Ryland. I'm super excited. Guys, that's it. You can get it from Alakazam Magic. It's an amazing trick. I'm biased, but I really like it. But please let me know. If you've got Gossip, I want to know down below what you think of it. Let me know. And if you've already bought it, thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
And that's another review show in the bag. Yay! And that's another review show in the bag. Yay!
It gets more and more annoying every time. That is another review show in the bag. Guys, thank you very much for checking out this week's review show. 5 products this week, 4 and a little bit of a chat about Gossip. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. If you've bought Gossip and you like it, let me know in the comments down below. And tell us what you think of the tricks. Have you got any of them? Do you agree? Do you disagree? If you want to see us review anything, let us know in the comments down below. Also, if you want to follow Ryland on YouTube, he puts videos up twice a week. You can follow him as the Kid Magician. And if you want to subscribe to this YouTube channel, we'd really appreciate it. If you want to see more videos like this, then all they have to do is subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave a comment down below. And we will be back next Wednesday, won't we?
Yeah.
With another review show. Thanks very much for watching. I'm Craig.
I'm Ryland.
Did you forget your name?
Yeah.
I'm Craig.
I'm Ryland.
We'll see you again next week on Craig and Ryland's
Magic Review Show.
Should we go play Zelda?
Yeah.
Let's go.